Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's resume our complete beginner's guide to Super Fantasy Kingdom, shall we? We're up to 4 glory. We got some good food for our rune scribe, and by good I mean the worst, but we did get another experience. So what are we going to do? It is day 4. Alright? Immediately when the new day begins, I pause. They want us to recruit a unit, and we will. We're going to be trying to nab this swordsman over here. But you'll notice there is a yellow blinking arrow, so let's just do it. And it does explain that glory is not a resource that you spend, but a score that represents how well you've done and how you get glory. And we talked about this. You get 10 glory for every... you get 1 glory, rather, for every 10 monsters you kill. However, if a hero dies, you do lose a glory, but usually that's not a massive consequence. When heroes start dying, you're about to lose, or units, rather, so there is that. And we've opened up this new big spot in our base, or just hold Alt and see if there's... Look, right over here. Remember the X on the beach? There was an arrow. If you see if I'm off screen... and maybe now that I've displayed it, it's gone, but there's an arrow that was pointing to this, and we get some free wood, which is ridiculously awesome. And then now we can open up this, and the road actually goes over here. And we cross a bridge, we find the merchant. Hey, buddy, come over here. What appears to be the problem? My wagon broke, help me fix it. So if we give this guy 3 planks... then we fix his wagon, and then once that happens, he will return to us, and he buys resources from you, so you can sell like 3 stone for 5 gold, or whatever his rates are. And honestly, I don't use him a lot in the beginning until you start with a lot of resources, because in general I want to keep my resources. And if we spend 1 shard here, we could start with a stone, so there's another shrine for us to repair. Okay, so I'm looking around, and now I don't see anything else that I want to pick up. Remember, what we're trying to do is recruit a unit, but we very much want to use one of these to build... Well, we could build a farm, we could build a sawmill, and that's what we want. We want the sawmill so that we can repair the church, but we also want to recruit a unit, and so we need to get some stone, which is why we have our guys here doing that. In the meantime, we want to make sure that we have enough food. We would love to get a fisher hut as well, maybe even a forager to get berries, which would help us get that hut. So with all of this wood, what I like to do is just click on things and make sure nothing is going to cost wood. You can also see, by the way, what it would take to upgrade your unit. So the rune scribe wants 3 ingots, which we get from smelting gold. And Rickard needs faith, so I don't have a lot of that. I am going to, though, right here, not build the farm. The farm is not good to build early for this reason. It gives you wheat, so these... wild wheat fields you would go gather, but there's not a lot of them. And the only thing you can use wheat for would be if you wanted to build a stable. So you could see that the stable cost 5 wheat, and the stable is really good because it gives you another carrier. So the first one is free, so you can buy another carrier to transport your goods around faster, which is actually quite powerful. It just helps speed things up for you, make you more efficient. However, it's a lot of wheat, and we don't really, our space is limited, and wheat is best used for baking in turning into flour and then baking it into bread or making it into beer or something, and that takes a lot of steps that we can't go through right now, so we're not going to. We're going to concentrate on getting stone so we can recruit this unit. We'll have enough money to buy another slot for them, but I am going to build the sawmill, because I definitely want planks, because I want to turn on the church. The church will make us more money, which is fantastic. So we're just going to let this go. I'm going to push F to speed it up. And you see we're getting rocks. Remember, there's rocks right by the mine, so the first few rocks are going to be easy. We're transporting them back. And we have 2, 3, and now we have 4. We only need 4. And I think what I'm going to do immediately, then after these guys are done, they're going to go get another rock because I didn't get them fast enough. I'm going to start making planks. So I just scrolled the mouse wheel down to take them off of this job, and I put them over into the sawmill to turn the existing logs into planks. And they're going to start doing that. And we have 5 stone, and we can immediately recruit a swordsman. And we want to do that soon. So corruption has spread through the kingdom, and you'll need to use shards to restore the world. So these like corrupted little shrines is what I call them. You repair with shards. And they're a permanent resource, meaning if you have shards and you die and you lose the run and have to start over, you do not lose your shards. The other, like wood and stone and stuff like that, you have to gather that again. You start with whatever your settings are based on what you've unlocked. So you need to reset with those. But for shards, you keep them. There are certain resources that you keep, and we'll pay attention to those. So they want us to cleanse a corruption. Now, shards, the blue things, are dropped by bosses and evolved monsters or gained as reward for completing tasks on the bounty board. So we need to select a slot for our swordsman, and we're going to select this slot over here. Now, if we wanted to, it's not the worst idea to pay more money to put the swordsman in a place to protect our group, but we don't have to right now. The swordsman doesn't have taunt yet, so we'll just put him right there. And he has a pretty small area that he'll attack, so putting him here is okay, but this is fine. It's cheaper. Now, you can see our little wagon is going to send stone to pay for this. If you're interested in the bounty board, it's right here. And these quests you'll just accomplish over time. You see how we're almost getting a shard for gathering wood. And we've recruited 2 units, so we have 2 here. And we need to kill 500 monsters. That one's going to take a bit. But gathering wood is easy. So we might actually want to take somebody off of planks and then put somebody on the lumber yard so that we can go ahead and get more wood. And in fact, I'm remembering now, the reason I was getting all the wood is because I wanted to build another house, which we're still going to do, but getting planks to start upgrading is also important. Alright, so we're fighting, and now we have, you can, and by the way, if you want, like, the rune scribe is in trouble, you can kind of move them around if you want to swap places, But, oh, shoot. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, you're going to see beginner woes all over the place. So I was so eager to do some other stuff that I did not buy food. So this is what happens when you don't have food. Don't be like me. Make sure you have some food. So we're going to go in here, and they're going to sit down, and they're going to have no food. And so they're going to be upset. You can see they're upset, and the rune scribe does not level up. So this is terrible. When I first started playing this game, I was not feeding them at all. I didn't understand that. And if you aren't leveling them up, then you're not going to scale and be strong enough to defeat the waves. So we're going to do that. And we unlock this, and we got another big plot. Anything else out here? Yes, indeed. Look, we can build this road. Now this moves over here. And phenomenal. What this is an outpost. An outpost you can just use instantly to get free resources. You have to level up your kingdom so you can choose more advanced resources, but right now I can build this for free and just get 3 wood or 3 wheat right away. Now, I'm going to do this. Wheat is very good if we have some more to do with it, but we don't this early. And so I'm going to actually play catch up and take this wood. And then we're going to turn this guy off of planks for a moment. And I have in here 0 stored. I'm going to have 5. Okay. And I'm going to do a little bit of riskiness. I'm going to try to get 8 wood right away. You can see we're already up to 5. Unfortunately, they're taking some wood to chop it up. But once we get 8, I'm going to then put people on getting berries so we can have 2 berries to eat. But I want to get 8 because I want to build a house and have another worker. I just feel that that would be quite helpful. And we can't connect to here yet. You see these X's? These are both spots where world events could happen. I'm going to unpause it. I'm going to speed it up. Now, just check in here. 2 storage. Okay. You can see there's wood. Alright, so there's a wood in storage. I have 6, technically. And here comes 7. As soon as that's there, I wanted to collect the wood, so notice that the outpost doesn't count for this. You have to gather it, but we can click this. We can get our first shard. We can cleanse the corruption, complete the little tutorial quest. But now look, I have 6, 7, and 8, so I'm going to take these people off of this and put them on the tavern to get enough food to eat. I'm going to wait until the shard goes up here. You can see it's indicated. And I'm going to then click on this one so we could start with more wood in future runs. You could do stone if you want, but I like this one. Now it's saying with boards, you can build a gold mine and repair the church. Gold can be used to recruit and improve units. With the church, you can get more faith to upgrade your hero, build a gold mine, or repair the church. Now, technically, that's correct, but actually, the church at the first level is going to generate you money. You have to get nuns with giving them berries to get faith, but when you're generating both, it's amazing. So we want to do both things. It's cheaper to repair the church. The gold mine is good. We're going to get there, but we need to get food, and they're going to do that right now. I'm keeping an eye. As soon as we get the food, as soon as I see some food coming, there's one. Oh no. Okay, well. Oh yes, they did it just in time. Thank goodness. Okay, we have just enough food. So you see the number turns red. Whew, that was close. All right. So I'm actually going to slide 1 off there and put 1 here. And we can instantly build our house. And now we're set. So now we'll have 3 workers. And I want 1 worker. No. I want, yes. Do I have any in storage? I do. So I have enough to upgrade the church. I actually want everybody on berries because I'm going to show you something that the game doesn't really teach you in the tutorial early. We're going to go to the tavern. That is just so fantastic. All right, day 5, and we took some damage, but nothing bad. You could see now we have 3, and actually Rickard out-damaged. Interesting. And we're going to level them up, and they have some food. So this means the rune scribe levels. Now when you level, you can hold your cursor over this, and you can see what happens. So we get 1 more power, attack power, and 4 more mana on leveling up. And now it's going to take a little bit more experience to go from level 2 to level 3. You see in the upper left the rune scribe's level. And the swordsman got some experience. So that's going to make us stronger. That's fantastic. It is day 6. And the hero wants to visit.
I stand for the light.
So the hero stands for the light, which is great. Are you the hero of old? How can this be? There is no time to explain. But unfortunately, we were just 1 coin short of being able to recruit a unit. You need 10 coins from this dude. So in the future, we're going to plan so that we can try to have enough money to buy a unit, but we don't right now, so we can't do anything. We have to say no. I could have not bought a space for a unit, or I could have repaired the church faster. This is just what happened. Don't worry, I mean, it's hard to make sure you have enough money that early. Okay, great. You can build a road over here. Remember, always look, kind of just pause at the beginning of the day and see what you got. So we've unlocked the place to buy crossbowmen, and they cost 4 wood, which is quite easy. And then there is a clown, and we can unlock the clown as a unit if we defeat the first boss. We can also click here and build a road. And this goes over here and lots of stuff. So there's a sign that says This is the Sun Coast. Fields as far as the eye can see. And we find... Thea, this is my home. How could this happen? I don't know, but we must try to find out what's behind this. I could fight. But first we need to help the village. So the village wants a star, which we can get from defeating the first boss. Okay. Also, you see this little apple here and this witch that's like poking out. So you can click on the apple and it says, whenever you see an apple, look out for the witch. She's very shy and she likes to hide, but if you help her out, she'll reward you plentiful. And you can click on her and she says, huh? She needs more power, so she wants 9 shards. I don't know if the developer is constantly updating this. So there was a new update even before I booted this up today. And this used to cost 10. So maybe they've reduced it. The developer is listening to people and is balancing things. So it's very good, as the game balances. So you might see some fluctuations in the costs of things. Like this, for example. This just earlier today, this was 10 and now it's 9. If you pay the witch, every single time you pay the witch, when you start a new day, you are allowed to pick 1 extra resource. So you can have like 1 extra stone or 1 extra wood to start your new run with. Not day, I'm sorry, run. So this is very good at building up your account later, but right now it's a little too pricey for us. By the way, speaking of shards, there was one right there on the world event. So we get a free one. But you'll notice that to cleanse the corruption from this shrine, the cost goes up. So now it's 2. So we don't get it just yet, but that's still very good. We'll take it. We can't lose it. And we're gathering berries. So I have all of my workers going. I'm just trying to make this 3rd plank. Once this plank is done, and I see it in storage, I'm going to speed it up. They took the wood in. You can see they're working on it. 8 seconds. Delete. And now you see how there's this sign that says there's no wood. I can't make anything. There's no wood. Take the worker off of this. We can go gather more wood, but we don't want to right now. What we want are berries. And I will explain to you why in a moment. We could get wood. There's a great argument to get wood so we can buy a crossbowman because it's starting to get a little bit more difficult here. But for now, I'm just going to gather enough berries. I can, as soon as this 3rd plank comes in, we're going to repair the church. So you repair the church. It says upgrade the lumberyard to unlock a forester, a special job that will plant new trees in surrounding wild spaces. This is important. It won't look like it matters early in your run, but as you repeat and play, you're going to notice that the resources are limited and they start to run out. And if you aren't replanting them, or you don't have a geologist or whatever it is to make sure that things spawn again, you're just going to run out of that resource and it's going to be really difficult. So we can do this and upgrade to have a forester who doesn't require a person to work it. They just do it automatically, but it costs money. So you have to pay them every day and it adds up. So we need to make sure we're generating enough coins through taxation or the church itself. Because if I click on the church, you're going to see it just generates taxes. And if we get 7 berries, we can get nuns, which will passively generate faith, and we get to pick a building to have its production speed increased by 30%. So that's very good, but we want berries right now. I have 2 berries. We need berries to eat to level up our heroes, but we also want berries because I want to build a fisher hut. So now they want us to upgrade the lumberyard. The lumberyard is down here, and to upgrade it, it costs 5 stone. So we're going to get there, theoretically. I'm going to see how hard this is. I'm actually going to put the swordsman in the middle because his range is just better centralized because he's so terrible. You can put, though, the rune scribe in the middle to try to, protect them a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. The hero has leveled up to level 4, which is great. And you see we do have 8 berries. So if I wanted to, I could build the next hut, but then I wouldn't have enough food for my heroes. So I'm going to wait one moment, but I'm going to take this off. I only need one person to get the berry so we can get there. And then I'm immediately going to jump down here and start getting wood because I think we need to hire a crossbowman or we're going to die. I'll enter the tavern. And tomorrow the swordsman will level up. That'll be helpful. We are about to fight the boss. We definitely want some help. Okay, we have a little small guy here. And let's see if there's any... Yep, we unlock this, so we can build a road over here. And this would allow us to hire monks, which are quite good for 4 wheat. There's also the werewolf who wants us to be kind to unlock them. And there's a star up there. Well, how do we get that? Well, we'll find out. And there's another shrine that lets us start with berries. And let's just see if there's anything else. Zoom out to pick up. It does not look like it. Okay, here comes the berry. Now remember, I'm going to build the fishing hut, but we are going to need to still get berries to feed everybody. So I'm going to immediately click this. Now, the fisher hut, this will spawn a person, and you'll see here that they'll go out in the morning to catch 1 fish from the shore. It doesn't require a worker. They'll just go do it, which is phenomenal. And at first you might think, well, I need to put them close to the water. But you really don't, because they're going to only catch 1 fish. It doesn't matter how close they are. So they're going to go just do that. And here comes the boss, which is the Goblin King. So we'll see if we can win. This is going to be challenging. I'm going to let this go. Here comes the wood. So the fisherman is going to give us 1 food, and we already have a food, so I'm going to put them on wood right away. I really, really want to try and see if we can get the crossbowman. Now, we're fighting the Goblin King. This is his health bar up here. You can see we're just shooting away, praying that we win. Okay, we have 2 wood. The mule is going. Alright. We're doing okay. We got 4. We got exactly enough. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and recruit the crossbowman right away. And I'm going to buy this square. And we're going to unlock it, but I'm going to put the crossbowman in the back and put the sword guy up front. There we go. So now I just have enough food. You can see we have 2 berries and 1 fish. So somebody's going to get lucky and get the fish and get extra experience. We go down here. We recruited another unit, so we got a shard. And we'll unlock that. And then we're just going to use that shard to unlock this shrine to get stone for future runs. Beautiful. So now we will start with 1 more wood and stone when we die. And you see that we're actually going to kill the boss. And we did. The first boss is not very hard. You just need to make sure you have enough units and you're leveling them up. And when you click on the chest, you're going to get a kind of artifact as a reward. Now, you only get to use this for the run. You'll lose this when you die, but they all have a benefit. So, but some of these benefits are not usable given your loadout. So the metal arrows increase armor penetration by 1 for ranged units, which is very good. Units with shield push monsters 30% further, also good. And then hitting wet targets with shock. Our rune scribes do shock, applies shock to surrounding targets, but we don't have a means to... These things get a lot better when you have passives and you can enable them a lot more simply. But here's a tip. You can minimize this, and then before you choose, you can actually look at your heroes and see, like, well, what do I have? Like, what do I got? And, oh, I went into the next day. I was trying to click and see my heroes in the tavern. I hope my stuff doesn't disappear. Anyway, when you finish, Day 7, look at this. Party time. You see all the guys go into the tavern here, and you get this cool party, and everybody's going to sit down and just love it. And the swordsman leveled up, and so did the crossbowman. So, and that's because the crossbowman was able to eat the fish. And it's party night, so they get an extra experience, and you only need 3 experience to go from 1 to 2. So the fish plus the extra experience pushed him up a level. And so let's continue. I'm actually curious to see what happens to our stuff. I hope it's still there. It is not. Do I get my star? That would be interesting if I don't get the star. I hope I do. I'm going to unlock this. If I don't, I believe the next time I fight the boss I get it, but that's unfortunate. So what I was trying to do was show you that you can minimize choosing the relic and then look at your units, which are down here. But because they'd gone into the tavern, their cards had disappeared, and so I couldn't inspect them and take a look at them and make a determination on which relic I wanted. So I don't think I got any of them. And not only that, I did get the shards, though, and I got the banish. So I think I got everything, I just didn't get the relic. It just kind of, like, took me out of getting to choose that, which is not the end of the world. That's fine. And look, the clown has a question mark, and we can unlock the clown because we completed the quest by defeating the first boss. And we unlocked the path up here, and, oh, there's someone living here. Members only. What? Get out. So we got to become a member, and you see how she's grayed out. We can't talk to her until tomorrow. And she says, please restore my village. And if you spend 3 shards here, you upgrade the village and you just get an extra worker. So we're not going to upgrade the one to get berries yet. We're going to do this immediately, fix the village, and now we get an extra worker. And she says, that's better. Let's check the chapel to the north next, which is up here. So we have to get more glory to do that. Now, in town here, let's see if there's anything that I have unlocked. It doesn't appear so. Okay, so I have 3 people working on wood, but I don't need that anymore. We're going to switch our priorities a bit. So we definitely want somebody getting berries so that we can get enough food. And we need to upgrade the lumber yard, which is stone. So I'm going to put everybody on stone, and I'm really just trying to push through the tutorial so that we can learn all of these things. And then once we get a little further in our guide series, we'll be able to discuss different build orders and strategies. Plus, we'll have more options. Here we come. I got a shard right there. There was an evolved monster that we killed. I'll take it. By the way, you can look at the bounty board and you see these new bounties. Gather wheat, days survived. So just give you some other little goals to do, to focus on, to get shards. And we have 4 stone, so we're almost there. And we have enough food. So every day, without paying them or anything, the Fisher Hut is going to get fish for us, which is great. If we want someone to pick berries for us, which we do, we're going to need to get a forager, but we need a gold mine first. So we have 6 wood, and I'm going to take somebody off and just start getting planks made. You see that, let me zoom in here. We're getting hit a little bit, not horrible, but just a bit. Okay. Time to enter the tavern. And it's the end of day 8. We're now up to 5 glory for that day and 21 glory total, and we got a perfect score. So nobody did get hit. It was just the rune scribe using his mana to shoot people, which is fine with us. And it looks like the swordsman got the fish and everybody else got berry, but that's going to end up being enough to level up the rune scribe, which is awesome. So everyone, I hope you're still finding this series to be useful and fun. We've defeated the first boss. We're trying to push through and get the tutorial done. We're unlocking elements in the game to like roads with glory, and also getting shrines, and we even got the village repaired with shards so that our account is even more powerful. I'll check you in the next episode. Take care.